into three parts: the company and founder introductions, a roundtable discussion with the speakers, and then eventually a Q&A discussion with the audience. The purpose of this speaker series is to help you guys hear firsthand experience stories of what these neurotech specialists think are important to the neurotechnology space. We want to give you guys insider knowledge to how the industry works when there currently exists no major in school or fixed career paths that serve that purpose. And to also bring more exposure to the field such that eventually more and more smart people will come work on these cutting edge neurotech problems. I will be inviting people and founders who have inspired me personally, and I hope that eventually some of these inspiration and excitement could go home with you as well, as we hear these amazing things that we could achieve with BCI devices, as well as the people who help to make them into a reality. And today we will be having discussion with the founders of BrainUp, one of the fastest growing neurotech software companies in China, and to hear from them what have been the top challenges in creating a neurotech company from scratch and their plans in building the next generation BCI devices. Our guests are Xiaoan Wang, CEO and founder of the company, Berkeley undergrad, Harvard MBA, then Stanford GSB dropout. Also listed on Forbes 30 under 30 and Fast Company's 100 under 100 globally. Wei Lu, CTO and co-founder of the company, super experienced researcher at Tsinghua University now, and Yang Xia, PhD at Oxford and the managing partner and R&D director of BrainUp. All of them are super heavily involved in the development of non-invasive neurotechnology products, and you will hear many comparisons between invasive versus non-invasive technology in today's talk, because in my mind, that is probably the first and largest distinction we need to make between different types of neurotechnology products and technology. We have a great lineup today, and I see that the attendees, more people are piling in. So let's jump straight to the chase. So we have three talented people here with us. So why don't we start with a brief introduction with Sarah first, and then let's go to Roy, and then Yang. Why don't you guys tell us what your background is, and what was your strongest motivation to start BrainUp or join startup? Sorry, BrainUp. Sarah, take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm super happy to be here today. Congratulations to NeuroCollege on the first meeting. My name is Sarah. I graduated from UC Berkeley back in 2014. I know there are a lot of call bears, so go Bears. I went to Harvard for grad school in data science after graduating from Berkeley. And then I actually worked in finance field for 3 years. Then I went back to Stanford back in 2018, and we started BrainUp that time. So BrainUp started from Stanford and Tsinghua University. And this is, in this past 2 years, we've done tons of work. And today BrainUp is one of the leading BCI companies in the field. So really happy to be here today, and I'm looking forward to talk to you guys.
Hi, everyone. I'm Roy. I educated in Tsinghua and MIT and get my bachelor in physics and mathematics. Then I go to UC Chicago on artificial intelligence direction. And after that, I participated in some research about neuroscience and BCI engineering and the sales field at Tsinghua University. Now I'm the CTO and the research engineer in BrainUp. So following that, when I have more time to know and design BCI tech applications in person, I know that more deeply and widely from the human and machine intelligent interaction system perspective. Thereby, I realized that the AI-based human-machine interaction system will be revolutionized by BCI tech, just like a PC and smart mobile phones. Also, we have enough computing resources and powerful AI algorithms now, which means that through the machine learning and deep learning, it will make the AI-based BCI is possible and will be promising new types of human-machine interfaces. So I devoted myself to this career without any hesitation factually. And together with Sarah, we built up the BrainUp. Now it became the first and top one AI-based BCI tech company. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody, and thank you, Jack and Kochung, for having us here. My name is Xiaoan, and I joined BrainUp a little over half a year ago. A little background about myself. I did my undergrad at UC Berkeley, majoring in mechanical engineering. Then I did my PhD at Oxford. My research was on minimally invasive medical devices like cardiovascular and endovascular stents. My experience before BrainUp are quite conventional engineering. I wouldn't exactly say it was boring, but I was actively seeking something new. Then one day last year in April, a friend of mine told me about what Sarah and Roy were doing at BrainUp, and almost immediately I decided to come on board.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's fascinating, guys. And I'm sure that in the next hour or so, we'll be talking more about your guys' interests and what you guys think about the BCI world. But for now, Sarah, it'll be great to have you walk us through a little bit more in details on the history of BrainUp, and to also hear some of the key products that you guys have launched in the last few years that you guys have were founded, or products that you guys are launching in the future. Yeah, please go ahead, share the presentation. And after that, we'll go into sort of roundtable panelist discussion.
Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a little bit about what we do and the products we have. We started, as I said, we started BrainUp back in 2018. We actually we're building a leading AI-empowered brain technology company. And just as Roy said, we are already one of the top tiers in especially China's market, in Chinese industry. We want to use brain science to actually enhance human happiness. And by that, we are going to lead the next generation human-computer interface. This is actually our company vision. In the past 2 years, we've done a lot of work, and we've already had 4 rounds of fundings. So we're able to attract a lot of talents and also a lot of great investors and industrial giants behind us. So this is our founding team. Most of the team members are from Harvard, Stanford, UC Berkeley, MIT, and Tsinghua universities. And almost 90% are with master degrees and above. And over 50% of us have more than 5 years of working experience. We're from a variety of backgrounds, such as neuroscience, brain science, and also statistics, data science, and also business, mechanical engineering, because it's a very cross industry and cross field career. So I think most of you have heard about BCI from school, but in industry and in our everyday life, it's already a huge market. We see over hundreds of billions of US dollars market within 5 years, in especially brain disease, education, ADHD training, and gaming, and all kinds of applied in all kinds of industries. And the picture on the left, this is actually it's the trend of technology. we see from the age of fixed point control to the age of mobile apps. And 20 years ago, people started apply AI in voice data. And we already have a lot of voice control, voice detections. And in the last decade, visual image came into life. It's in our everyday life today. And 5 years ago, we all know that Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, they started their own neuroscience company 5-6 years ago. And that's the start of the era of age of brain control. And this is exactly what we do and what we see the application of AI in the foresee future. Now I'm gonna pass the next few slides to Roy to talk about our company technology and technology innovations.
Okay, I'll take a brief introduction about our technology system and company innovations, especially in the technology perspective. In the past 2 years, we have built 3 main platforms for the BrainUp and even for the whole VCR industry. That means we have the Asana data platform and Apollo hardware platform. And also we have the spatial AI computing platform named Iris. Yeah, Iris. And that means we can loop all the circles from data to models, and then we can deploy it to the products directly and immediately. Yeah, that's more point. And after that, we also have a series of hardware technology. That means we have designed a series of spatial and high precision and high accurate high signal noise ratio IC. And we also have some spatial construction and engineering design for the invasive and non-invasive tools. And besides those 2 aspects, we also have a bunch of AI algorithms. Because as you know, we have a very serious background of artificial intelligence, and we also have a large group of people come from the computer science. So we have made it possible in the BCI applications through the different deep learning models. And also we built a special research team named the BrainUp College. Through this college, we cooperate with a lot of research institutes and hospitals. Together, we initiate and research product implementation, and we also to publish the multifunctional BCI applications. Yeah, this is detailed information about our three platforms. And as we can see, for the data processing, it's really important for the whole AI applications. That's why we build the platform, and we collect a lot of different kinds of BCI data sets. And we also to do a label, to precise the label for the ground truth. Then it can use for many product designing and deployment. And for the hardware and chip platforms, yeah, we do a lot of spatial designs to support the multi-environment and multitask and multi-application BCI integrations. And last platforms for Iris computing platforms, we equipped with a lot of GPUs. I think more than 100 chips of GPUs on this platform, and it can support a lot of deep learning models to train and deploy, and also to working at the same time. So based on these 3 platforms, now we are the China's first and leading AI-based BCI tech company. And through this tech these tech systems we mentioned above, we build a high precision EEG monitoring systems, performance cloud compute equipment, and multiple dimensional EEG data analysis algorithm to record the real-time brain signals in different applications This system has multiple different patents, I think more than 300. And through the BrainUp open API platform, our partners can obtain EEG data from various industries to improve humans' understanding of brain, cognition, and motor brain intervention. So we provide brain-based solutions and create new interactive products. Especially, most of our resources are distributed to material, ICL, IT communications. So we can have some highly precise and friendly based hardware modules. Yeah, that's our whole technical structure. Yeah, this slides will pass to Yang.
Yes, so like Roy has said, over the past 3 years, we have built a solid technology base that can be best illustrated by the patents, product certifications, and competition awards we have received. Our patents cover many areas. For example, on the technical side, there are high precision hardware for EEG signal collection and signal processing algorithms based on artificial intelligence. Whereas more towards the application side, we have sleep quality monitoring and regulation system based on different methods. Next page. With the technological know-hows we have accumulated, we are actively transferring the mature ones into diverse application scenarios that include but not limited to medical care, health management, safety, entertainment applications. And just to give some examples on the next page, last November, we've launched ConSleep, which is the first BCI and AI-based sleep aid product in China. It monitors EEG and other biometric signals and improves sleep efficiency by real-time personalized sound wave stimulations. And we've also collaborated with other companies by integrating our BCI modules and AI technologies onto traditional consumer electronic devices to enhance product capacities. For example, the real eye massager. And on the right-hand side, we also have a brain state monitoring helmet that improves construction safety and brain and mental health early screening service for Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, mood disorders, and etc.
And yes, last one, we are really fast growing, and we actually just moved to our new building last month. Right now, we're almost 100 people, and we're expecting 200 in this year, 2021. So we offer a lot of great opportunities, paid internships, and all kinds of different opportunities. So feel free to contact us at hr@nowlookbrain.com. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Really appreciated that. And the last bit on the internships. I'm for sure a lot of people in the chats, are interested in that, especially in the United States. It's basically impossible for undergraduates to obtain an internship at this moment. But thank you so much for that presentation. I guess just to warm up a little bit, and this is, sort of a question that I want to ask all of you, is that how do you guys manage to jump from the idea phase of BCI product to the product phase? I mean, today when you start a neurotech company, you almost always certainly start with building a device, right? It's supposed to be an engineering discipline. And when you start, Sarah, as founder, you should have already had a clear goal of, what are supposed to be the applications and what is the product market fit. So I'm kind of curious to hear from you guys, I guess, what was the initial phase of BrainUp like? And how did BrainUp transition from just an idea on paper to a full-blown out BCI company 2 years down the line?
Yeah, absolutely. So the starting point of BrainUp is just like a lot of Silicon Valley startups. It's not, we didn't start from garage, but we started with 3 people in like a meeting room. So at that time we were not able, we can only build like a prototype with like the basic materials. But after we decided to launch the company, we had our first round of funding, and we also, because I think this is very important, all of our team members have, as I said, more than 5 or even 10 years of industry backgrounds. So it's not hard for us to bring a prototype from school to like a mature product. So that is not very hard for us. And I think that's something very important to build, like especially a hardware company. So that's our story.
That's true. That's true.
And just to add on, the reason we chose sleep as a core consumer product, the reason was that because everyone sleep like 8 hours a day, so it's a very long time of human lives, and especially during sleep time, the EEG and all the brain signals are pretty stable, and the characteristics are very well defined. So we can do a lot of things with sleep. So that is, as Yang said, this is a pretty mature pattern that we can transfer into a product.
Right, I have the ConSleep with me at the office. It's the first project I have since I've joined, and I think it's a great example of how with a clear goal, you can push an application from the idea phase to the product phase. Like Sarah said, the sleeping scenario is very friendly for EEG, meaning that while you are asleep, the noise is minimal. And at the same time, EEG is the clinically golden standard for sleep monitoring. However, it's extremely uncomfortable and inconvenient to do one session in the sleep room. So that's why we thought it's fitting to do ConSleep, a portable and comfortable product that monitors and improves sleep quality. I'll put it on for you guys to see.
Demonstrate. So you're excited with that.
Super handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have, got you. Is there a way to, I guess, monitor your EEG now, as we?
Yes, it comes with an app on the phone.
Got you.
I'm not quite sure if you can. Right. 1 second.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the first portable sleep detecting medical instrument in market.
Did you guys?
I think now it connects to the phone, and it doesn't quite connect. And then you start your sleeping session via the phone, and you can choose whether you want pink noise or other sound wave to improve your sleep quality.
And yeah, I want to add something. And at the beginning, the device will monitor your signals, and later our computing platform will do a full analysis and computing based on the AI, artificial intelligence algorithms, and then it will recommend and accommodate everyone individual sleep intervention powerful spectrum to make you fall asleep. Yeah, that's me idea.
Yang, could you show the waves, the EEG?
Yes, I'm trying to connect. 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, congrats on like I guess when Yang is trying to get it ready. I mean, congrats on like the office move. How big is your team right now at this moment?
100.
100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, at the beginning, we built a BrainUp with several research scientists and engineers. Like Sarah said, we have 3 people. We almost promote no products and services within first year. Even we have some BCI accumulations before the startup. Of course, our investors also give us a lot of support and understanding and show know-how in BCR applications, so we can focus on the fundamental BCR tech research and develop a rather long term. And we have some hospital and university co-research project at the beginning. So that's, you can see we have a lot of applications in hospitals. And later of course we got the fund soon, and we revalue our destination and our research strategy and persuade some excellent engineers like Yang to join us. And meantime, we also accept more than 10 interns from Tsinghua University and Stanford and MIT. Then together, I think around 50 people. Then we later published the Smart Sleep BCI, like Yang showed. And we also have some mental health management BCI devices and special BCI analysis APIs for different control tasks. So it's, yeah, that's a general view at the state phase.
True. I mean, yeah, no, definitely, that's very cool. I guess this kind of moves on to sort of the next question that we sort of gathered from the audience for BrainUp. And this is also a particular question pertaining to the future trajectory of BrainUp. So I think so far, most of the neurotech companies that NeuroCollege have talked to in the past, Rainco, Neurable, Neurosensory, they have been working with non-invasive neurotechnologies just like BrainUp. There's only been like a handful of outliers in human history, such as Neuralink and Paradromics, also spun out of Stanford, who ended up working on invasive technologies. I mean, we know that invasive devices can collect neural data in a much more efficient manner. But of course, the users would need to undergo through surgery, which means a super high user acquisition cost. So what do you guys think is the technological limit of non-invasive EEG devices when it comes to the tasks it could perform? Like, are we only limited to sleep, attention, and or is there other applications that we can go to, right? Why do you think there is a necessity for BrainUp collectively to develop invasive technologies given the current restraints about non-invasive technologies?
So I think from the technical perspective, contemporary BCIs allow for real-time control of process communication and cessation, especially in invasive BCI techs. So that means the invasive BCI could be considered as a successful application. And so current BCI techniques allow to record electrical neural activity in vivo. This neurophysiological process inherently coupled. Neurons can interact via electric synapse, which in turn influences spiky activity. So that means even for the invasive BCI, a highly delicate signal process is necessary. Although the signal is difficult to interpret to some extent, information conveyed by invasive and non-invasive signals are quite similar enough, in fact. So despite this common signal source, there are several differences between invasive and non-invasive signals for the BCI equipment. First, the number and the type of neurons. The activity of small neural clusters is undetectable or recorded at a low signal noise ratio with EEG. So invasive is more favorable in this perspective in research areas. And at the signal level, the signal composition, tissue acts as, that means our skin, acts as a low filter attenuant. That means it makes the signals more chaos factually. So that means the non-invasive device can mainly focus on the low frequency activity. But luckily, the most of our neural activities and action related signals are low frequency neural movements. So that's a more point. And especially for the third level, the spatial distortion. The invasive BCI relies on stable sensor positions. Even for the Neuralink devices, it must be fixed and tightly next to the cortex. Yeah, if you want to get the beta signals. So these limitations are intrinsic to EEG and cannot be practically overcome. However, the non-invasive BCI offers the paramount advantage to monitor larger scale neural activity of the entire brain areas. And also, it can record these signals at a low cost and risk-free methods. So invasive recordings can be deeper, but cannot cover the whole new cortex and are initially more laborious due to surgical interventions. So for BrainUp, we have to make clear notion of the boundary of BCI tech roadmap, both in invasive and non-invasive methods. That means we will check every possible technical solution about every element of the whole picture of BCI applications and products of these limits. We have to know it clearly about the essentials of neural signals and its metric ability from the neuroscience aspects. So let's say the key point of BCI is signal and pattern recognition algorithm factually. So how to optimize the quality of BCI device in order to get the best signal quality? I think it is think in a systematically way and care each details related to parts of the device, from the electrode material to the stability of the integrated circuit module, from the wire connection to the power supply, from the variable design to the signal transmissions. All those techniques and engineering practice is rather important to the BCI whole application. Once this issue is solved, then we compare the patterns between invasive and non-invasive. Then we can make clear a clear solution of these two aspects. So when we know the truth between these two BCI ways, we focus on the algorithms. In fact, there is no much special designed signal processing algorithm for EEG data, especially for BCI signals. So we have to develop a new type of algorithm and data processing workflows. Luckily, we get a lot of help from the AI teams. So we now have plentiful of AI algorithms. Even some really tough pattern recognition will be solved through these neural networks. So even sometimes it's crucial for the successful BCI products and application, whether you can design it normally and user-friendly, that need very sensitive and talented ideas about the product design. So their relationship for invasive and non-invasive are not individual. On the contrary, it's complementary. Yeah, that's our target and the plan.
Got you. Sarah, Yang, any comments on that?
Right. I think for us, it's definitely necessary to understand invasive technology, no matter when, how or whether we decide to cut into that field. Also important for us are the R&D pace and product pace. So at the moment, it's not in our main product line. We're doing it through collaborating with hospitals and universities to gain experience.
Got you, got you. I mean, yeah, no, definitely. It's invasive is definitely a future direction with everybody. I think what you talked about was, which both Roy and Yang talked about was yeah, it is very important direction, but I guess non-invasive VCF products are just so much faster to be developed. Yeah, we understand that. Um, I mean, yeah, but there's also like so many other competitors out there who are also focusing, tackling the sleep problem or attention deficit orders, with non-invasive BCI products. So I guess this is more of a question for Sarah. What do you think helps BrainUp differentiate the most from its other competitors, such as BrainCo or NeuroCollege, et cetera, et cetera?
Um, I think the most important factor would be our team is actually from a variety of backgrounds. So not only to make, BCI is a very different industry, especially if you want to do a startup in BCI. It's super hard because not many people understand what you guys are doing and what you want to accomplish in the future. So in order to make BCI companies successful, you not only need neuroscience experts, you also need a lot of like business people, sales people for example, our sleep product, you guys just saw, it's already the top sales on the Taobao platform. You guys can search it up. So we have a pretty strong team from all different aspects. I think that actually can make us stand out from all the competitors. Not only that, but also our technology and science team, it's super strong. We have the BrainUp College to pair with all the top universities, top professors around the world, not only in China, but also from Stanford, Harvard, MIT. So we have both aspects. I think that's super important.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, definitely BCI is a super new industry. I mean, I saw that you guys went under, I think it's 4 rounds of funding, but I guess how has that been? Like, I mean, is it tough explaining to people who don't know, I guess to VCs who don't know about BCI at all? How has that been?
Yeah, I guess most of the investors we invest are like the pretty well-known or famous people in the field, so they can understand the picture. The second slide we just showed, the trend, so they can get a sense. They have the sense of the trend of AI development, and especially I have a really strong feeling when I went back to Stanford 2018. I saw that the focus of medical school and AI team have shifted from the traditional, for example, cancer treatment and a lot of different disease to neuroscience. And also AI professors shifted from like image detection to EEG or brain signal detection. So all the giant investors, they see that trend. So I think there are a group of people from different industries who understand the trend and who support us. And we also have done a pretty good job in the past 2 years. So that also attract money and talents.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. Like, yeah, I saw you guys were at the, I think the first, I guess the number one selling BCI sleep devices on China's Taobao or Jingdong. For the audience, like China's Amazon. Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I did see on your website that you guys were launching several new products, including one, which sounded super fascinating to me because I know a professor over, I think at UCSF, who's working on the same thing. He was trying to decode your EEG signals so that you can sort of reconstruct what you see. So let's say when I had this device on, I closed my eyes and then I put the headband on, and then professor could sort of reconstruct, like I have a computer in front of me, they could recreate sort of the depth as well as the shapes of the objects. But like I also saw that you guys had a product where you guys could, I guess, detect dreams in your rollout. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yang, would you like to talk a little bit about the dream?
Yes. So the sleep product is basically the next generation of the product we have in the sleep scenario. It detects your through detecting your REM sleep stage, it can detect your whether you had a dream or not, and during your dream it can detect your emotions and it's working with Tsinghua University to help visualize your results. After you wake up, you will see a artistic illustration of your dream.
Yeah, through our new version BCI devices show as young, which can record the whole night brain signals. And then we'll do a sleep state classification methods and detect the dream time period by fine-tuning algorithms. Later, our computing platform will extract the information of a dream from a multi-dimensional view. Combined with some adversarial deep network models, it can present and show what kind of dream you have experienced. And even we are trying to make the dream visualized. Yeah, that's a main fancy idea.
Got you. And sees that Yang sort of had a headset back on. Yeah, did you?
Right.
Uh,
Can you?
okay, awesome.
Right. So it's now detecting my brain signal. Though we have 7 channels, but just for the sake of product design, it's only showing 1 channel. So if I remain stable and close my eyes.
Ah,
This is a very
dream.
pretty
And
alpha wave. Yeah.
And then I blink 3, sorry, I'll try to be stable. And then blink my eyes 3 times.
Wait, so
And I
wait, can
clench
you
my
move the
jaw.
phone to the side so the audience can also see what you're doing with your face?
Right. Okay. Okay, I'll try to do it again.
Oh, wow. Interesting. And you guys only have 1 electrode?
No,
Seven.
we have 7. But for the sake of product design, we don't want to show all of them on the screen, so we are just choosing 1.
Actually, yeah, no, that's definitely it's great to see a sort of a live demo going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Yang, for that.
No problem.
Yeah, I guess yeah, that's definitely very cool. I guess that sort of kind of helps us move on to the next question. As I noticed that there's like tons of questions piling up in the Q&A session, so we'll try to get to those soon. I guess for me, like when I first came into the BCI industry, I came in with like a dream that eventually I could help restore speech in those who can't talk anymore. Like my grandmother lost her speech functionalities due to like continuous strokes, and like when I was by her hospital bed before she passed away, she couldn't talk to me no matter like how hard she tried. And I always like wish that there was a device that would have enabled that to happen, and that sort of became one of the largest motivations when I learned about BCI when I was at Stanford, and that's why I believe in the enormous future potential in the BCI industry. So I guess this is a question to all of you guys. What is your favorite and what is the application of BCI devices that gets you the most excited about the future? So we can start with Yang, then Roy, then finally go to Sarah. Yeah.
Right. I'm most excited about the mind control applications that will be possible with non-invasive BCI, whether it's being combined with VR or AR or smart home applications to control the light bulb, curtains, or whatnot. I think the idea behind it is that we wanted to, you don't feel you are using it and it works automatically.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think the first impact BCI devices will be mental health smart wearables. Through the proper BCI devices, just like our smartphone, it can keep track of every mental health and do several interaction tasks, like some game controls and mind recording when do the health management. So it will help people to know themselves better and allow them to try to control the environment by mind simultaneously. So people definitely will love it because they can define the task they want to make the BCI control. Yeah, that's my guess.
Well, I am most excited about the new way of human interactions, the new way of message transfer, especially from cell phones. We call it from cell phones to headphones to BCIs.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating to hear. Um, I guess one final question before we move on to the Q&A phase, because I do see there's a lot of questions. Um, and I guess regarding that, it would also be great, for example, if you guys could, I guess ping me or PM me about like which question was yours, so I could sort of, try to, wait, Coach, can we open the video for them, or is that possible? So they could ask their own questions. Coach, all right, all right. I'll try that in a sec. But if you guys can ask your own questions, I'll make sure to do that. But if not, I'll just read out your questions. Okay, so I guess one final question before we move on to the Q&A phase. So as the neurotech industry has just gotten started. There currently really exist no majors for, I guess, there's no neurotech major. There's barely any neurotech clubs at any of the top colleges. So far, I'm concerned, there's only a couple at, there's one at Berkeley, one at Stanford, and there's also one at UIUC. I think uh, one around another UC St. Davis school, not sure. But the space itself is very new, uh, and there currently really exists a set path for, I guess, young students to get into the industry. So what kind of advice would you offer for, I guess, young undergraduates or graduate students trying to enter a neurotech career?
So I go first. Okay, Sarah, go first.
You can go. Okay, I'll go first. So a general advice for all the college grads, all of us have been through the same phase. So my advice would be try a lot of things, try different things. I myself have worked and interned in 7 different companies, such as Yahoo, Google, investment banks. And finally, I found my true passion and in neuroscience. So definitely trying different kinds of things is very important for all the college students here today. And in terms of neuroscience, I would really encourage you guys to take like an internship in a neuroscience startup or a big company to get a taste of what you're going to face in like an industry atmosphere instead of the knowledge. This is very different. So definitely try it out.
Yeah. Okay, for my advice, I think especially for technical, you guys should make yourself interested and passionate in science and engineering. Also make your head dirty, like Sarah said, you should devote yourself to this industry and then try to do something related. I mean, it's better to read some papers and then do some experiment. That will be helpful. And also, I think you should enrich your knowledge and engineering skills. You should be good at one professional major like CS, EE, material data science, AR. If you want to focus on solving these fundamental technical problems, I think a solid profession will be beneficial very much. And also, do not afraid of learning or practice more than one subject related to the BCI tech. And we all know the neurotech engineering. It's not it related to science, technology, and engineering. So you need to prepare for that.
Right. My advice is not very technical. I would suggest play some team sports. It's a good thing to do to learn how to collaborate with other people and compete with people who are also passionate in the thing that you do.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I think that sort of wraps up our roundtable discussion, and we'll sort of open the floor to, I guess, all sorts of different questions. I think that Jesse in the audience had a question. I guess here, let me just give the louder to talk. Jesse, you here with us? Let's unmute. I think she had a. Yeah, if she doesn't speak, then we can move on to the next question.
Hello.
Hey, Jesse.
Hi. Hi,
Hi.
everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, JC.
Hi, hello.
Did you have a question?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I just wondering, what do you see your products potential market in the next 10 years, and how would you see your company's role among other competitors? Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes. So I think most of our business take mentions about the medical or hardware company, as we can see, but we established some brain computer integrated application solution based on the real-time brain signal analysis and ad techs. So in other words, we are not a medical or hardware or research company. We are a AI-based BCI tech company. That means we will publish the more and more human-machine interface or interaction products in 10 years. That's my opinion. And so this, I think this main point will make different with other BCI companies at present.
Thank you. I have another question for Dr. Xia. So relating to your pre-BrainUp experience in cardiovascular research and mechanical engineering, why the current work that BrainUp does make you excited about it? And then what made you switching from your old field to BCI? Thanks.
Right. Okay. Like many of you guys may know, the medical devices, especially invasive medical devices, take an extremely long time to develop, often 5, 7, even 10 years. So it really was the slow pace that bored me a little bit. But also, although I was trained as an engineer, I like to think of myself as a creator or designer. So the possibilities at BrainUp by combining BCI and artificial intelligence was the most exciting and attractive part for me.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think Luke also had another question from the audience. Let me just promote him really.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Works. Perfect.
Yeah, so I was just wondering how BrainUp addresses ethical concerns in cybersecurity and neurosecurity, how you guys store your data, etc.
Yeah, that's very fascinating. As we all know, we are artificial intelligence application companies based on combined with BCI. That means we really have some special data sets, even some personal data sets. But the more point is we have a security team, and we also have some special security checking offices to make it legal and ethical, meet ethical requirements from the technical or research perspective. And in the practice, we have to remove any information about personal before this data go to our computer platform. That means we don't know who is who. And also some personal data only stored in their mobile phones, and the data has been removed, checked and modified before sending our algorithms. And I think in future we'll continue to keep this trend and make it legal, make it safety, and make it useful. Yeah, that's our schedule of security.
Sorry, just to add on, for today, BCI or our products is more like a health device. So we follow the legal process of all the health data devices. For example, the wristband or even like phones, they track your walking or sleep data. So we get consent from all the consumers. It's just like all the consumer products. But in the future, especially the potential, we see the potential use of brain data in the future. So in that case, we are working with the policymakers on that to make sure that when it comes to like mind control or mind reading technology, all the policy and all the rules will be ready to protect all the consumers in the future.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, gotcha. I think we're running a little bit short on time, so I think I would take on 2 or maybe 3 more questions. There was another question in the audience about, I guess, what do you guys think will be, I guess, sort of the important milestones in the BCI industry that will happen in the next 10 years or so? Like what, like, I guess, it comes down to, I guess, the number of companies that will be started, I guess the percentage of, consumers who will sort of adopt non-invasive BCI products. What do you think, what do you guys think are the important milestones you guys, like, the entire BCI industry will hit?
I guess I'll go first. I think the worst case, the bottom line is in the next 5 years, BCI companies, the number of BCI companies will be as many as like image recognition companies, people who use ImageNet or all those things. But I think the potential of BCI is way better than image or voice. So I'd see maybe in the next 5 years, BCI will be in every family, every person's life in different kinds of formats.
Yeah, for me, I totally agree with Sarah. I think in 3 to 5, at most 10 years, the BCI will come to our lives, and we can use it to control something like light, like AC, like a refrigerator, and also we can equip the as a smartphones or smartwatch as a monitor device, and also I think it can be applied to many scenarios only if we can think, we can think it out. Yeah, that's my view.
Yeah,
Yes,
gotcha.
I agree with Roy. I think right now, just think about how the regular cell phone went from PDA and then to the first iPhone and then to all the smartphones. I think from the hardware perspective, non-invasive EEG will be more, you will see more of them in your daily life, and more applications will be developed, just like more apps are being available on your smartphone today.
Yeah, got you. Makes a lot of
Sorry,
sense.
just to add one last point. We are working really hard on pushing the EEG, the non-invasive EEG ceilings. So that meaning like the size, the weight of the hardware will get smaller and smaller. We're working really hard on that. So maybe in the next 3 to 5 years, we're aiming for like a bandage. You can like stick on your head, and you can use it to control like lights and everything in your daily life. So that's the picture.
Yeah, definitely a picture that all of us can look forward to. There's just a few more questions, but we're running really short on time. So I'll probably go through some of the yes or no questions first, just to make sure that we can get through as many questions as possible. Somebody asked, do you have any projects in the visual domain, like visual searching, spatial attention, or object detection?
Yeah, this project are typical AI tasks. I don't know if you guys want me to answer in AI perspective or in neuroscience or in BCI perspective. For AI, I'll say more about these topics in BCI perspective. We have some research together with the universities in visual enhancing and attention enhancing, and even we also have some advanced research about how to make blind people can see the light. Yeah.
Interesting. Got you. I guess somebody also asked about I guess Sarah talk a little bit about internships. What kind of people do you recruit, and what is your criteria?
Right now on our internship team, most are from neuroscience or mechanical engineering, EE majors, but we definitely welcome people from different majors to join us. I think the criteria is very simple. As long as you have passion for BCI industry.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's probably great to hear for a lot of neurotech enthusiasts out there. I guess one final question. What do you think is the biggest roadblock to BCI becoming, a mainstream consumer product? And what are the steps needed to overcome them, overcome these challenges?
In my opinion, I think it's just the time, because the trend or the development of technology, it's always ongoing. So when BCI comes to everyday life, I think that's definitely going to happen. It's just we need patience to stick within the industry and do some dirty work at the beginning.
Yeah. Gotcha. I guess one final question. I guess what is like the coolest thing about working at BrainUp? Anybody?
That you love to work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you are working.
Yeah. You'll be passionate every day, and you will do a lot of work, not only in research and engineering, but also in some design, novelty design. Yeah. We work like a team, technical team, not only a company, actually. Yeah, we have to work together to find solutions for some tough problems. Yeah, we have overcome different difficulties, and we have to do special research and a special engineer practice to make it work out.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I think that sort of wraps up, I guess, our first NeuroCollege speaker series session. Thank you everybody for coming today. And thank you so much to Roy, Yang, and Sarah for taking your time with us. Really appreciated all the advice and insider knowledge you share with us. Really appreciate it. Yeah,
Thank you,
I guess anything else. Really appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. One sec. For Roy, Sarah, and yeah, how come? Okay. Yeah, I think we should just like wait for everybody to leave and then we can have the interview.
Okay.
Sure. I'll just then. All right, just 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, just to make a few quick introductions. Sarah, Roy, and Yang. This is Luke, our friend from Berkeley NeuroTech X.
Hello, Luke.
Berkeley NeuroTech X was, I think founded 2 years ago, and they're currently doing very great with their recruitment as well as their daily activities. And Luke is sort of like a very important. He oversees the Zoom interview team for the entire Berkeley NeuroTech. And Vilana is also a friend from Stanford. She's also one of the directors at Stanford NeuroX. And and for this one, she'll just probably stand aside with me. And then we will probably have a question or two at the end of the interview, but Luke will be the one who's going to be doing most of the interviews.
Yeah, so thanks for that introduction. So I'm with NeuroTalk, and we're just like an interdisciplinary assembly of students within neurotech at Berkeley. And we basically pick the brains of thought and industry leaders in neurotech, including professors and leaders of companies such as you guys. And we have the goal of shining a light on gray matters at the junction of the brain and technology. So hopefully we can really dig into your product and your company and what sets you guys apart. Would you mind giving me an introduction again for our viewers? Perhaps Sarah, you can start and we'll get introduction from each person, giving a little bit of background and then also a little bit about BrainUp itself.
Sorry, I kind of lost connection. Sorry, the question is?
I'm just looking for an introduction and a little bit about BrainUp to get us started.
Absolutely.
Just so you guys know, we're also going to be covering a little bit of what you guys already covered in the last info session, just for some of our viewers.
Okay, absolutely.
See.
About myself, my name is Sarah. I graduated from UC Berkeley undergrad, major in industrial engineering and business, and then went to Harvard for grad school, major in data science. I worked in finance field for 3 years, and we started back in 2018. A little bit about BrainUp. We focus on brain technology, especially in BCI. In the past 2 years, we've done a lot of infrastructure work, and also we launched a lot of different products, from sleep to a medical device, to security helmets, to dream, a lot of things. We're also paired with different universities around the world to do the basic research in BCI and brain technology. We are right now ranked as China's definitely #1 BCI company in the field. Our vision is to actually to see BCI as the next generation interaction way between people. Yeah, we've had 4 rounds of fundings, and this is a really fast growing phase for the company. So we would like to see all the talents out there who are interested in the field, and welcome to join us.
Great, thank you. Yang, would you like to give an introduction as well?
Yes. Hello, Luke and everybody. My name is Xiaoan, and I joined BrainUp a little over half a year ago. I did my undergrad at UC Berkeley, majoring in mechanical engineering, and then did my PhD in Oxford, focused on minimally invasive medical devices. And now at BrainUp, I'm doing product R&D.
Yeah.
Great, thank you guys so much.
I guess a quick apologies on Roy. His wife is giving birth in the hospital right now, and that's why he ran off to from the interview.
That's a pretty good excuse.
Yeah.
Understandable.
For sure.
Well, I wish him good luck. And to get us started, hopefully we can hear a little bit about you guys in comparison to your competitors. Neurotech is a really growing space right now, and I want to know what sets you apart from other BCI companies, especially those competing in the EEG sector, such as Neurable, but also in some like sort of high advertisement names such as Neuralink with Elon Musk.
I guess there are several different aspects. The first one, I think we are really focused on the non-invasive BCI technology, and to be able to put it to enhance it in people's everyday life. This is what our company does. So that means that we not only focus on like the research or the science part, but we also focus on like the product part. So after the launch of our sleep product and also other business partnership products, I think in a lot of different fields, our partners can see the value of EEG in a pretty short scan. I think that really differentiates us from Neuralink or the other invasive or high science part company. Yeah.
Great. So you mentioned the breadth of your product, and I know that you guys are targeting a few different industries. Would you mind mentioning which industry is really leading the pack? Maybe talk a little bit about your sleep device.
Yeah. Would you like to take that?
Sure. For our sleep product, I think the sleep product is leading the pack in China at the moment. It is a real-time sleep monitoring and regulating system that monitors your sleep using EEG and other biometric measurements, and also use a personalized sound wave to enhance your sleep. Yeah, the sleep part. And for brain and mental health screening, we have a also portable and convenient system to screen Alzheimer, Parkinson's disease, mood disorders, and etc. to help patients to get early treatment.
That's really amazing to hear. And I know that you have your EEG device on you. Any chance you could give us another display of what that looks like?
Yeah.
And
yes.
also you have 7 nodes in it. I was wondering why you guys chose to do 7 electrodes, not more, not less, and also why you chose to place them where they are.
Right. So on the front we have, I'm not sure if you can see. Yeah, we have 5 electrodes here, and this one measures your heart rate and your SpO2. And then on the back we have another 2 other electrodes. This design came from more or less from the gold standard of PSG, where you have 6 electrodes, 2 on the front, 2 on top, and 2 in the back. During the R&D process, we have collected data and trained our model together with the measurements from Philips PSG, and our accuracy measures up at least 90 to 95% of the actual PSG device.
Great, thank you so much. And again, would love to see the demo of that if possible. I know our viewers would be stoked to see that.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
No
So
worries.
this is how you turn it on. There's a button right here, and then usually during if you're in a sleep clinic and you use the clinical PSG, it will take half an hour to 1 hour to set the whole thing up. And for us, it was just 5 seconds. And then you open the app, it's already connected. And here is the real-time brain signal. Should I go through the close my eye thing again?
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
perfect. Yeah.
Okay. And I blink my eyes and clench my teeth.
That's awesome. And you guys mentioned that was an alpha wave, one of the electrodes you chose that sort of best represented activity, correct?
Yes, this is in front.
Awesome. So there's some pretty deeply embedded fear in public with using BMIs, and a lot of that pertains to issues in cybersecurity and neurosecurity. I was hoping you guys could touch on that and how you hope to address those concerns.
I think maybe you got cut off for a little bit. I'm not sure if Sarah or Yang heard the question.
Oh, my question? Okay, I can re-ask it. That's all right. So there's a lot of deeply embedded fear in the public at large and also in neurotech rhetoric. Those particularly pertain to cybersecurity and neurosecurity. People are afraid to put a device on their head that they know is tracking them. Could you guys maybe talk about how you're addressing this, how you store your data?
Right. We for all our products follow the regulations, and we conform to CFDA, which is the Chinese version of FDA. And we store our data on a secure server and make all personal data anonymous. And I think the fear is universal for all kinds of personal electronic, consumer electronic devices, that your phone tracks your daily location, who you are talking to, and even record your conversations. Whereas I think for us, your brain EEG activity is harder to decipher actually. So with the regular practice, we don't see any problem with cybersecurity.
Great to hear. It's comforting in light of recent